to soar a lot and overcome a lot of obstacles through a journey of life, not just because she's a Toastmasters, but she's intentional about our growth. And she's going to be joining us today. She's going to be speaking on knowing more about Toastmaster and why you should be a Toastmaster. But before we dive into that, she will be introducing herself. Before we go into that, I want each one of us to tell us a bit about yourself. Just tell us your name and where you are located, because you are an intended Toastmaster and we want to know just a bit about you. Just tell us your name. If you are comfortable to put on your video, please do that. But if you are not, you can just unmute yourself and tell us about your name and where you are joining us from. Just let's quickly do that before our speaker comes on board to speak. Who's going first? Should I call names?
Good day, everyone. My name is Oluwatoyin Adekunte Akapo. I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Oluwatoyin. I always call you Toastmaster Oluwatoyin. Maybe because I have one Oluwatoyin that is very
many senior Toastmasters are Toyin as well, right?
Honestly, so
the president,
because I have
our host today.
Yeah. Yes, you see. So we are happy to have you on board. As soon as you are ready to become a full Toastmaster, we are here to support you. Thank you very much. Who is going next?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning, all. I am Lady Stella Maris, and I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you.
Nobody wants to volunteer. Okay, Stella. Okay, Stella Maris.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Should I go again?
Get the last part.
I heard you, Stella Marie. I guess it's still our moderator's network that is still fluctuating, but I heard Stella Marie loud and clear. Thank you.
Please go ahead and speak if other people can hear you. Okay, all right, Stella Marie. It's a pleasure to meet with you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you. Who is going next? Asheta Badmus. Please, can anyone confirm? Can you hear me?
Hello, good morning. I am
thank you very much.
Yes, I'm calling from Kano.
Fantastic. Kano, all the way from Kano. Wow, do you see what Toastmaster can do for us? Bringing us, connecting us together from all walks of life, from every part of the world, and helping us to become a better version of ourselves by just networking and growing together. Thank you very much, Asheta Badmus, for joining this call. Thank you. The next person who is going next, Bibiana Uzogwe. Please pardon me if I did not call your name properly. Please, Bibiana, can you speak?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Bibiana Uzigwe. I'm calling right now from Lagos, Florida.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining. And I love that sonorous voice. Thank you very much for joining. Who's going next? Oluwole. Let's hear from you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Oluwole Odetunde. Nice to be on this platform.
Thank you very much. Please tell us where you are joining us from.
I'm calling from Lagos here. Lagos.
Oh, fantastic, Lagos State. Thank you very much for joining. Yes. Is there any other person who wants to tell us where they're joining us from? Okay, Darimi, I've not heard from you.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Darini Adeniva. I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria.
Fantastic, Jeremy. Thank you very much for joining. And I hope that we all go back with one learning or the other as we have come together to learn from the experienced Toastmasters and ask our questions. Thank you very much. So we'll dive right into the first speech for today, which is not going to be like the regular speeches you hear in Toastmasters, but it's going to be a life-changing speech. For me, joining Toastmasters is like the best thing that has happened to me. And I did not even have the opportunity of joining like a youth wealth event like you are, but it's just a decision I made for myself that this is what I want to do. Now you have an opportunity to learn, to hear from an experienced master, hear from other people's experience, how they have navigated, ask your questions. I believe that this is an opportunity for you to utilize this free open house session to get the best out of it. And so get your pencils or your pens ready, get your books ready, and please, as much as you can write, put it in writing. Put it in writing because you're going to come back to today and thank God you joined this call. Over to you, Toastmaster Oluwatoyin Bolajoko, our speaker for the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Toastmaster Bayemi, my amazing VPM. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? My name is Oluwatoyin. I know there's a namesake in the room, and that's exciting. I usually don't get to meet a lot of my namesake these days, so happy to have Oluwatoyin in the room. We're usually amazing. I know. Yes. So my name is Oluwatoyin Brimo. I am a Toastmaster, a member of LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. But before I even go ahead, I want to ask, I have a request. It's a Saturday morning. We're chilled. I know some people are not camera ready, but it's an open house. It's not, in fact, I'm on my couch right now, as you can see. I'm just leaning in, resting on the armrest. So if you can turn on your camera, I just want to see your face, let's interact. Let's interact through verbal and non-verbal cues. If you can, don't worry about, I don't look so pretty, no. We're not about all the looks today. We just want to see your faces, your beautiful faces in its glory. Yes, in its glory. Let me even tell you a secret. I've not had my bath this morning because I woke up right into a meeting at 9 a.m. and I'm here in another meeting. So just be like me. Just take a little bit of lip gloss, put on your lips. If you are not comfortable, try it and let me see your beautiful and handsome faces. And the reason why I'm asking is so that we can have a better interaction, and I can put faces to the names that I am seeing on my screen. It just helps to create that connection. I know the world is virtual right now, but we can still have meaningful connection. Thank you, Toastmaster Isaac. Thank you. Good to see you. We can have meaningful connections over the virtual meetings. Yes, please. So good morning once again. My name is Oluwatoyin. I joined Toastmasters in 2019. And what I'm going to be doing this morning is I'm just going to be telling you a bit of my story and more on what I have learned over the years. 2019, and that's about 4 or 5 years now since I joined Toastmasters. And let me tell you the first time I joined Toastmasters, what actually made me join Toastmasters. I was a young banker. I'm still young, though, but I was younger then. I was a young banker. I just came onto a new role in the bank, and I pride myself in the ability to speak. I mean, I speak. I think I was referred to as a child when I was growing up as a talkative. So I pride myself in the ability to speak. I thought that I had it all covered. But then this new role involved me making presentation to the senior management team in the bank. And it just seemed like it's not a big deal. I mean, I'm a talkative. That should be easy. Ladies and gentlemen, on the day where I had this presentation, it was one of the executive directors of the bank. I froze. I was stuttering. I was so unsure. My speaking was not confident. I tried to follow the slides because there was a slide, but I could tell that I was struggling. And do you know what this executive director said? She's a woman. She looked at my boss and said, please, can we get someone who knows what they are doing to continue this presentation? My jaw dropped. It was a jaw-dropping moment for me. I just quietly went to sit down in shame. I was so embarrassed. And then we had somebody from HR. I mean, my team put together the slide. We did all the background work. We did all the evidencing. We did all the work. But then there was someone from HR who did not have any input at all, just a little input in the making of the slide. Guess what? This guy came up and delivered my slides better than me. He delivered it and got a round of applause at the end. That was when I knew that I needed help. My boss called me aside after and said, look, Toyin, you're a smart girl, you're bright, but you need to do better in your presentation. And this was what made me join Toastmasters. I had heard about Toastmasters. I'd been procrastinating, just like you. Like that, maybe when I have time, I will join, maybe. And that moment was an awakening one for me. That same weekend, I found a Toastmasters club. It was a Ikeja Toastmasters club then. I found a Toastmasters club. I reached out to them and I went for their meeting. I remember the feeling I had when I went for the first Toastmasters meeting. It was a feeling of awe. I felt inspired by how everyone came out to speak. Even if they were speaking about bread, they spoke about bread so well, it made me want to eat bread. Even when they were speaking about something as mundane as, oh, there was traffic, it was so well put together. And I was like, I want to be in traffic too. You know, they did it so well that I was mesmerized. When I left that meeting, I visited my boyfriend, my now husband. I had like a visit to him, and I just went on and on and on about, oh my goodness, that Toastmasters. And he said something. He said, so when are you joining? And I said, well, I will join, but I don't have the money yet. And he said something, said, you have to join now. I'm going to give you the money to join now because this seems like a great idea. Thank God he gave me that money and I joined that day, because since that moment, I never looked back. Now, that's my story. I would have gone into my profile of, oh, at Toastmasters, I did this, but I'll do that along the way. So what has happened between that period and now? What has changed? You might want to ask me, what has changed? What has changed is the fact that from that moment, I not only began to speak to other executive directors, I was sent across different branches in Nigeria to speak about our products. Like, I was the go-to person to travel, even to speak to dignitaries, even people that I didn't really understand their language. I was the one being sent out to speak to everyone, different parts of Nigeria. During COVID, I interviewed for a job, even though I did not have all the qualifications that they needed. I still interviewed, and the feedback I got was, oh, look, I don't know what you said, but the interviewers are so blown away. I got that job. It was 125% increase from what I was earning before, you know? So this is just one part of Toastmasters that has reflected positively in my life. But I wanted to just say something. Why do you think you need Toastmasters, first of all? I want to ask everyone a question. Does everyone here have the opportunity to use their mouth to talk every single day, whether at your job, in your homes? Do you have the ability to open your mouth and speak? I want to see hands, I want to see comments. Do you have to speak every day? Or do you work a job where you don't have to speak to anyone at all? Or you're in a family, you don't speak to anyone, but do you have a job, or do you have to use your mouth to speak every day? Yes, you speak every day. Thank you, Luatoyin. Who else? Maybe I want to know if there are some people that have taken a vow of silence. Anyone else? Do you speak every day? Do you speak maybe yours is once a week? Or you have special times during the day where you speak? You can unmute yourself and answer the question. The energy in this room is low. All these people, I'm not seeing your faces, I'm not hearing your voice. What's going on?
Oluwatoyin, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Of course. in my role, apart from having to attend daily meetings and speak to colleagues, I practically daily have to give sometimes very short speeches on safety. Some other times I have to talk the entire day. If if I'm delivering a training, for example, on safety, safety is very much like being a preacher. You have to keep telling people about what they need to do to be safe. An accident that happened somewhere, and we have learned so and so from. So for me, talking is a very like 60% of my work. So yes, I practically talk every single day.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, some people will feel like, oh, it's someone like Toastmaster Isaac. He has a talking job. I don't have a talking job. I'm just behind my counter or behind my desk typing. I know that. So I've heard that tech guys, they don't feel like they have a need to talk. My husband works in tech and he says, oh, I just like to be remote. I just like to hide behind my screen. But even with the remotest job, the most remote job, even with the jobs that do not involve you speaking on the job, you speak to your family, you speak to your spouse, you speak to your friends, you speak to everyone around you. In one way or the other, we have our mouth to communicate. And once you can communicate, you need to know how to do it properly. And that's what Toastmaster does for you. Now, in my current job, I'm currently the student president of Robert Gordon University. I'm almost done with my tenure. In my role, I represent 15,000 students. I speak on their behalf at meetings. I speak on policies that affect them. I also go to listen to them speak. I have seen students who are called because maybe there was a misconduct case or alleged misconduct around their coursework or their exams, and they are called to come defend themselves. They are not asking them to present. They're just saying, come and defend yourself. We think you have done something wrong. Did you do it or not? I've been in places where I had to cover my face in shame. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this person doing? You'll be amazed how people lose out a lot because they've not learned the art of public speaking. If you are not, the moment you are speaking to someone else that is not you, that is public speaking. Some people feel like public speaking is, oh, I stand in front of a crowd of 5,000 people, then I'm a public speaker. No, speaking to your kids is public speaking. Speaking to your friend is public speaking. Speaking to anyone but yourself is public speaking because you have to convey your message directly to people. And you need to know how to do it properly. You need to know how to do it tactfully. I've been in meetings, in case you don't know, I am not in Nigeria, I'm in Scotland, and there's a lot of cultural difference between the way we speak as Nigerians and the way the Scottish people speak. But from Toastmasters, the lesson I've learned has helped me to understand quickly how to adapt my speaking style in a way that will produce results, evident results. How to be tactful to say, no, this is what I stand on. I would not be pushed aside. This is what I mean. And I say it in a very kind way. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's a good shout. There's some Scottish slangs. When they say that's a great shout, it means that's a great idea. Oh yeah, that's a good shout. I'm like, great. But I did not just become this person overnight. I learned from Toastmasters. Now, why do you need to join Toastmasters Club? First of all, you need to build confidence for public speaking. You need to build confidence in anything that you do. If you have not been able to build that confidence where you can speak to people and they listen to you, you know exactly how to attune your feedback in a way that makes people give you the result. Some of you are employers. I laugh when I see that some people are business owners. You go on Instagram, sometimes you hear people say, oh, I stopped purchasing from X and Y vendor because they don't know how to talk to people. They are very rude. Sometimes I know that clients or customers can be annoying, but there's a way you engage with clients that make them even respect you. So you need, whatever field that you're in, you need to build confidence. Confidence is critical. Confidence. Now, I told you my story that I was a talkative, but I did not have the confidence for public speaking because when it came down to presenting my ideas, I struggled. That's one thing that Toastmaster does. It instills in you the confidence. Even if you are the shyest person on earth, the patience, the tact, and the effectiveness that Toastmaster puts into teaching you how to speak would help you as an introvert. Some people's excuse for not speaking publicly is, I'm an introvert. Let me hear your excuse. What do you think is the reason why you don't do well as a public speaker? And I I've defined public speaking as speaking to someone else other than yourself. So don't say, oh, I'm not a public speaker. Just type in the comment section, what is that one thing that is holding you back from being an effective public speaker? I want to see it. I want to see it. If you can unmute, that's fine. But if you want to type, that's all right. But we must talk. We must talk. We are here to talk. And that talk we shall. I want to see it. Yes. What's one thing that is holding you back that you've noticed? This is an honest moment. I've told you my story, my vulnerable story of how I was a talkative, but I lacked confidence. So what is your reason? What's that thing that is holding you back from being an effective speaker? No one has answered me yet. Should I start calling names? Oluwale, Abdulkadri, I know you're a Toastmaster. Samuel, Dimma. Everybody, I can't see anything.
Okay, so
the question is,
hi, can you hear me?
Oh,
Hi, Tim. You're saying.
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is Toastmaster Sharif speaking. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you now. I'm sorry. I left the meeting in error.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
So
Yeah.
I mean, what was holding me back before I joined Toastmasters, right, was, I mean, fear of coming out to speak in the public, fear of what people will think of me when I speak, and when I miss my line of thoughts, the discomfort I get when I get to stand and stare at people and speak. All of that melts me down, and I'm like, no, not today. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah. I relate with you. Fear, the sudden sweat that breaks out the moment you stand up to speak to people. Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Abdulkadri. Who else? What's holding you back? What's that thing that makes you so scared of public speaking? We're not typing. Did anyone type and I missed it when I left? Anyone else? This is a tough crowd. What's going on?
nothing comes to my mind for now, because anytime I will just want to say, if I have anything to say, I just ensure that I've thought through it, that they are meaningful words, and then I say it as it comes to my mind, or I could put them together, and so maybe just to ensure that I have that fluency and articulation. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Darimi says, I run out of ideas of things to say. Yes, I relate to that as well. I run out of ideas of things to say. You start a point and then you realize halfway through that, oh my goodness, I've lost my train of thoughts. Yes, that is also something. Did you know that after death, the second greatest fear of men is public speaking, of people, of human beings? After death, you would think that after death it would be maybe sickness. People are not afraid to fall sick. People are afraid to stand up in front of other people and speak. Yes, a lot of people are fluent here. They flip during public speaking because they lack appropriate preparation for their presentation. They flop. Yes, lack of preparation, lack of the conciseness of putting your thoughts together in a way that people will follow. Yes, thank you so much, Engineer Paul. Thank you so much. So we can see that everybody has something, one or two things holding them back from speaking. But that's why Toastmasters is here. It helps you to instill that confidence. You get that confidence. And another thing is it improves your presentation skills. Remember my story about how I flopped my presentation, even though I was very prepared. the next time after joining Toastmasters, the other presentations I had learned how to improve my presentation skills. And how does Toastmaster do this? Toastmaster does this because every meeting you have an opportunity to present yourself. You have an opportunity to present yourself either as a prepared speech speaker, or as an extemporaneous speech speaker, or as a role player, or as an evaluator. There's always something that helps you to come out every single time there's a meeting and prepares you for your presentation. You are taught about how to use your cues, your verbal cues, your vocal cues, your non-verbal cues, how to connect. How to connect is very important as a presenter. It might be a speech, it might be a business case you're presenting, but whatever it is, Toastmaster teaches you how to connect. Last year in December, I had to speak to the graduating class of 2023 as their student president. And I remember a lot of people coming to me after to say, oh, I was inspired by your speech. Oh, it touched me here. Oh, my brother, my family members who came all the way from Nigeria heard your speech and they can't stop talking about it. Why? Because Toastmasters has helped me to improve in my presentation skills. I don't just read out a speech like words. I know when to take a pause. I know when to give audience that response. I know how to make the audience react. I know how to use my body to portray a message, even if my voice is not saying anything. Toastmasters helps you to be a better presenter or improve your presentation skills. Now, there's a part that Toastmasters does that I think is not well spoken of, and that's the leadership. A lot of people talk about the public speaking, that when you become a Toastmaster, you become a better public speaker. But there's something that is even bigger than public speaking, and that's the leadership bit of Toastmasters. As a Toastmaster, you will be given leadership responsibilities. From every single meeting that you attend, you get the opportunity to lead. Either you lead as a role player, you are told to check time, you are told to do things in a way, and you would think that, oh, these things are nothing, but over time you realize that you are now an efficient, an effective, a dependable person that people will always look out for and say, this is the person we want to lead us. That's the story of how I won the student president elections. I had grown so used to leading at Toastmasters that when I got to the university, in a land I'd never been before, it was easy for me to just say, oh, I want to be a class rep, oh, I want to be a school officer. And then went on to say, oh, I want to lead the student body. And I was able to do this effectively. I've gotten feedback from the people that I've led. I have over 600 volunteers I work with, and they all say the same thing. You are the best leader we've worked with. You lead with empathy, you lead with heart, you lead with wisdom, you lead with so much influence. All this I learned from being a leader at Toastmasters. At Toastmasters, I've been a vice president membership, I've been a president, I've been a vice president public relations, I am a mentor in different committees. All these things prepares you. It reflects. These are transferable skills. Transferable skills are skills that you learn from somewhere but can be transferred into different areas of your life. Even in church, even in other voluntary organizations, you find yourself leading effectively. And leadership is one skill that everybody should have because it's a top demand skill in every field. And I know that my time is almost up. You can meet, Toastmasters helps you to meet your professional goals. This I cannot say enough. I told you that during the pandemic, when people were saying there were no jobs, everybody was getting laid off. I got a job. I got a job that increased my salary by 125% just because I was able to speak in a way that that influenced and also impressed the interviewers. I got that job and it was a game changer for me. I've attended other job interviews, even while here in the UK, and the same feedback I get is, oh, you speak so well. You speak so well. You are able to convince us that you are the best person for the job. So if you want to meet those professional goals, it's time for you to join Toastmasters. And finally, it helps you to network and build a social network with other people. This is a place where somebody said once that you can never find less than subpar people at Toastmasters. It's a place for quality people. I know that there was a time when I was in charge of one of the big organizations, energy corporations in Nigeria. I was one of their corporate accounts manager for a health tech company. And I realized that there was also one that anytime I wanted to email her, I'll have to go through her PA and everything. But one day I saw that she was in Toastmaster. Immediately that wall fell. That wall of PA and everything fell because I could go through Toastmasters Club and speak to her. So you get to meet quality people who improve your network. You just know people that are so good at what they do, because this is a place where professionals thrive. It's a place where excellent people gather. It's a place where people with initiative meet. So if you want to be in that midst of forward-thinking leaders who are becoming better at what they do, this is the place to be. I want to end this with, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that being a Toastmaster is the kind of place you want to be. If you don't want to do it because you don't have any, well, I don't want to be a public speaker, do it for yourself. Do it because you want to be better. You want to be a better person. You want to look back at yourself in 1 year, in 5 months, in 6 months and say, I can indeed see measurable growth. And I am a better person. I'm a better speaker. I'm a better wife. I'm a better mother. I'm a better employer. I'm a better employee. Or I'm just a better person all around. And that's what Toastmaster does for you. Thank you so much for your time. I'll be around for questions. And yes, back to you, our moderator. Thank you.
Wow, this is such a heart-touching presentation by Toastmaster Oluwatoyin. If you agree with me that it's not just a speech, this is a word for you. This is a word for me. I don't know about you. If you agree with me, please unmute yourself and put your hands together to applaud our speaker, Toastmaster Oluwatoyin. Wow, thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I believe that this is not just going as a word of encouragement, motivating you, but as a reason for you to take the bold step of starting your journey as a Toastmaster. Because you're not doing it for anybody. You are doing it for yourself. You are going to be the ones who enjoy the benefit. If I'm going to start my story from when I joined Toastmaster to today, then I'm sure that we are going to extend this meeting by another maybe 2 hours. Because this is so much to talk about. Everybody has so much to talk about in Toastmasters, how it has benefited us. And this is just one person. This is, in fact, she has not shared 1/4 of her story, right? But she has only she has only given you the sight or to seeing a part of how some of these things has impacted her. And this is an opportunity for every one of us to redefine our stories. We know how the country is, we know how the situation is. This is not for us to complain, but for us to take the bull by the horn. And Toastmaster is a place where you're going to transform your life, your journey, everything about it is going to you writing your story. And I will be sharing, I'll be calling 2 people to come and share their testimonies about Toastmasters. But before I do that, I want us to have a better understanding about Toastmasters. Because everybody says Toastmaster, Toastmaster. It is important we understand the history of Toastmaster, have a little bit of knowledge on where Toastmaster is coming from, who founded Toastmasters, and when Toastmasters started, the ideology behind Toastmasters, so that when we go out there, we can be able to tell other people about what Toastmaster is about and how it's also impacting other people. So Toastmaster Oluwatoyin, before you go, I want you to just give us a brief history into what Toastmaster is about, how it started, what it's about, and where we are right now in Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster Oluwatoyin. You might kiss me. If you are speaking, please.
Apologies. I was trying to find my unmute button. Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
Yes. So Toastmasters International is 100 years old, first of all. That's what I want to start with. For something to last for over 100 years, you should know that it's an establishment that provides value. It's an establishment that has over centuries and decades touched lives, that it's been renewed every year stronger. It's over 100 years old. It was formed by Ralph Smedley, and the intention of Toastmasters is to help people become more confident communicators, public speakers, and leaders. And what Toastmaster does is that helps people to learn through a network of clubs, and we learn by doing here. The only way we learn how to speak here is by speaking. We speak. Even from your first day in Toastmasters, you will speak. So we learn by doing, and we have a curriculum, a very well-designed, spot-on, effective curriculum that takes you through the process of becoming an effective speaker. So when you join Toastmasters Club, what you do is that you are asked to pick places where you struggle. And based on your answers, a pathway is suggested to you. When you select that pathway, in that pathway, you have levels, level 1 to 5. In each level, there are projects. It's like being in a classroom or being in a school where you have a subject. That subject has a curriculum. The curriculum has topics. That's just how it is. So you have a pathway. That pathway, you have 5 levels. In each level, you have a project. Projects, not one project. You have projects, and different projects have different aims. So all these projects work together to shape you into that kind of person that you want to be. For example, if you are on the effective communication project pathway, you'll be asked to do things that would help you communicate better. If you are in the strategic relationship pathway, like I am, you'll be asked to do things that would help you meet more people, connect with people, lead people, build the relationship. If you're in the innovative planning pathway, you will learn how to become effective in planning and executing projects. All the things that Toastmaster teaches you are things that you can apply to your personal life. That's the amazing thing about Toastmasters Club. It's not something that ends in the club and say, oh, I just learned how to use body language. You don't need it. You would learn how to give feedback. Now, let me tell you a secret. It was through Toastmasters I learned how to give feedback, and I use it in my marriage. Yes, men can be annoying. Apologies, men. But when it happens that I am being angered by Mr. Brimo, I start and say, oh, babe, thank you so much. I understand that today has been a tough day for you. I know that it's crazy. You've been working hard, but I feel like you're snapping at me. Is there something going on? The meal before will have just said, what's going on with you? Why are you snapping at me? Please, 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 please. But Toastmasters taught me, even the feedback system where we use commend, recommend, and commend. We commend people, we recommend something, and we commend. I use that same style as a wife. And what I see is that it helps improve my communication, even with my husband. It's not only professionally, it helps improve. So those things that we learn at Toastmasters are applicable to our lives. And that's why Toastmasters program is a unique program that covers the 360 well-being and the 360 improvement of its members. So we have fun. Yes, we have a lot of fun. We learn new words at each meeting, but there's a structure and there's a pathway that each member follows. So you can measure your growth. You can see that you're done with level 1, you're going to level 2. That's measurable. You're able to see that growth and track it. So that's how the Toastmasters program, or the clubs, through a network of clubs, that's how we are able to teach our members how to be better communicators and leaders. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Oluwatoyin. You have answered the question and you did perfectly well. Thank you. Now, somebody is asking a question in the chat that if you are in a state where there is no Toastmaster Club, what happens? This Toastmaster Oluwatoyin, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Toastmasters network of clubs is as adapted to the real world demands of technology and innovation. I currently am in Scotland. I am a member of Toastmasters Club, LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club in Nigeria. Not that there is no club here. I'm fortunate enough to have a club in my town, but their meeting time doesn't work for me because they do late nights and I don't drive, so I can't go to their meetings as often as I want to. But if you are not able to join a physical club, you can join hybrid clubs like LEARNTOR Toastmasters, where we have meetings both physically and online. And the big question is, oh, can I deliver a speech virtually? The answer is yes, a definite yes. In fact, you can learn how to deliver a speech online as though you are in the room with the people there. You can learn how to connect with people even through the screen. So yes, you can join Toastmasters Club through a virtual or a hybrid club like LEARNTOR Toastmasters. It doesn't stop you from being anywhere in the world. It doesn't stop you from growing. You still have access to mentors. That's one of the things that I failed to mention the first time. The structure of Toastmasters Club is that there are mentors who help new members, who help people. In fact, everyone has a mentor. Even your mentor has a mentor. Yes, so everyone has a mentor just to make sure they are accountable and they are going well on their journey. So even mentorship can be done virtually. I have mentors in LEARNTOR Toastmasters that I have not seen in 2 years now, over 2 years, and I still help them to deliver their speeches. So distance is not a barrier. Lack of having a physical club. Toastmaster Kweyemi is a member of Toastmasters, LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club has physical meetings in Lagos, but Toastmaster Kweyemi is not in Lagos, and she's not only a member, she's a leader, she's a mentor. So these things happen because of the technology and the way Toastmasters has been able to adapt their system to suit the need for virtual meetings and virtual mentorship. I hope I've answered this person's question.
Yes, thank you very much, Toastmasters. You have answered the question well. And I believe that the Blessing Aguru has been satisfied with the response from Toastmaster. If you have further questions, you can reach out to me.
Yes.
Or you can
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So anywhere you are, whether you're overseas or underseas or anywhere you are, you can join Toastmasters. You can connect and grow from anywhere. Thank you very much, Elias Theophilus. Theophilus is joining us from Indonesia. Thank you very much for joining. Hi, Elias, you want to say hello?
Yeah.
All right. We'll move on to the next. Yeah, do you want to say hello to us from Indonesia?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Hi, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the Open House event.
Yeah, I'm invited by PM Mercy. So yes,
Yes, thank you for joining.
Open house. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And looks like your table is very interesting. Well done. All right, so it's time for us to move on to the session where we have our members, the experienced members, coming to share their testimonies about Toastmasters. And I would like to introduce our Vice President Education. Toastmaster Clementina Otabo is the Vice President Education for LEARNTOR Toastmasters, and she will be handling this session. Toastmaster Clementina, over to you.
Yeah, a jolly good afternoon to everyone on this call. I can say that I'm the only one. I'm the first person who is saying good afternoon to everyone on the call today. Anyway, from Nigeria, because this is a global meeting, and of course, we have different time zones everywhere. And I would like to apologize that at this time, I'll be unable to turn on my camera. Please, I beg for your grace to allow me to continue without my camera on. And I'd like to call on club members, or my role at this point is to call on club members to share their testimony about how joining Toastmasters have changed their life. So
please, we are honored.
Before I even call on anyone, I'd like to speak for myself. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Yes, okay, fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. And I'd like to start with myself. I'd like to share a story of how I joined Toastmaster. And it would be incomplete without mentioning Toastmaster Oluwatoyin. I always say this everywhere I go to. So where I went for a personal development training. Yeah, and then this beautiful woman spoke. And the way she sounded, I'm like, what the hell? This is, pardon me. I was fascinated. That's the word. I was really fascinated. And I'm like, no, who's this? How come she speaks so well? This is not ordinary. There has to be something more to it. Ordinarily, I wouldn't even go to her. But because she had something that I knew that I would need along the way as I progress, I took the boldness to reach out to her to say, excuse me, ma'am, I like the way you speak. Please, can you share the secret with me? And then she whispered to my ears like, wow, do you really want to know? And I responded, yes, I want to know. What is the secret? Please share with me. I'm interested. And then she told me about Toastmasters. And trust me, since I joined Toastmasters, I can tell you that my confidence level in speaking has increased. I can also tell you that on my job, I engage a lot with clients, and at some point I need to give feedback. You know, in fact, in one instance, we had a meeting where we had, you know, interrogated the clients a lot. And at the end of the meeting, the kind of questions that I asked and then the kind of feedback that I gave, you know, someone had to come to me to ask, like, how did you do this? So what happened was that I was able to leverage the skills that I learned from Toastmasters, from playing roles and also from listening to others. So I was able to deploy the listening skills because I listened attentively to everything that was said on that on the call during the meeting. I was also able to deploy the feedback method that we deploy here in Toastmasters, where I was giving my feedback. You know, I was able to deliver every of my feedback with intent and without making, being spot on, without making people feel bad, but also telling them areas where they need to improve. So for me, Toastmasters is a place that if you're still thinking about it, I think at the end of this call, you should already be decided to join. So now I'd like to invite, so that's my testimony. So I'd like to call on Toastmasters Chidima, my amiable Toastmaster Chidima, to also come on and share her testimony. Over to you, Toastmaster Chidima.
Hello, everyone, and well, good afternoon from this part of the world, since we have decided that we're in various parts of the world. So my name is Toastmaster Chidima. I'm not used to that. Will I call it a prefix now before my name? So I joined Toastmasters last year, and I can say that's one of the best decisions I made last year. And funny enough, my journey into Toastmasters actually can still be ascribed to Toastmaster Oluwatoyin, because she's the one that introduced me to Toastmasters. I remember there was this very compelling article she wrote, I think on LinkedIn. And I read this story and I'm like, what? How can Toastmasters transform the life of someone in this way? So I think that was one of the things that piqued my interest in Toastmasters. And then she also put out an ad then that if you want to learn is it content writing, digital marketing, and all of that, come and join Toastmasters. That was the one I said, yes, this time around I have to join Toastmasters. But I have been in the intending Toastmasters group for a long time, like some of us, and I'll be dragging my feet. But finally I said, no, I have to join Toastmasters. But one of the things that really blew my mind and made me committed to Toastmasters was when I attended the Toastmasters Nigeria conference in June last year. Now I'm going to be sharing it. Please don't judge me. So when I attended this conference, and they were giving like a background of how they organized the test, the conference, they called the planning committee. But there was something that struck me when they were speaking about the venue. I think they said the venue cost 25 million or so, but they were able to get that venue through the connection of a Toastmaster. And I'm like, what? 25M? How did these people do this thing? I have to be serious with this, my Toastmasters. Like Toastmaster Tori said, the quality of network that has been the driving force. In Toastmasters, I have met people that have become mentors, that have given me advice. I've met friends, I've met people that have become so close to me. So Toastmasters is a gift that I'm so grateful for. In just 1 year of joining Toastmasters, I can say I have experienced phenomenal growth. I've had people patronize my business, right? I've had people interested in my career. I'm a HR person, and I can say, oh, okay, I can talk to this person about this issue and this issue I'm facing at work, and they give me counsel. So joining Toastmasters has been a transformational journey. Or should I talk about the different positions that I'm occupying in just 1 year? So Toastmasters will give you the platform, will give you the leverage to grow. You can't even begin to say, oh, this is the height. Because one thing I said during my icebreaker speech was, I want to walk down the Toastmasters Hall of Fame. And I'm already doing that. So you can, whatever you set your heart to achieve in Toastmasters, you can, because you have the enabling environment. Toastmaster Tony has spoken about the mentorship program. We have something we call the pathway program. So in that pathway program, you get to learn different things, right? It's just like a training section where you are learning from one level to the other. You have projects, so you, depending on your interest. So Toastmasters is a gift. Yeah, improving your public speaking, right? Yeah, improving your public speaking and leadership skills. You are meeting people, you are expanding your network, and you are growing. Before I joined Toastmasters, I had never managed a social media page. But now, because I'm serving as the public relations officer at the division level, I had to manage a social media page, come up with caption, come up with content, think of innovate, so you will grow. Toastmasters is a place that will allow you to grow. As far as you're willing to put in the work, you will definitely grow. And you'll be able to say to yourself, from point A to point B, this is what I have learned. This is how I have grown. So you will grow. When you are playing roles, we have different roles in meetings: the timekeeper, the table topics master, the table topics evaluator, the grammarian. When I'm playing the role of a grammarian, I have to go and learn things about grammar. So in carrying out your duties, in carrying out your responsibilities, you are adding value to yourself. So if you're someone that's interested in personal development, please do not sleep on this. And yes, okay, we'll talk about the financial implication. For you yourself, you know, when you need to get something done and there's a cost attached to it, you know how to go about it. If you need to plan how to save or how to get the funds, as far as you know the value of what it is they are going to get. And I can tell you over and over and over again, I do not regret paying for Toastmasters. I do not regret joining Toastmasters. It's an investment that when you begin to calculate your return on investment, your ROI, you see, because you cannot begin to quantify the value of your network. You hear people say your network is your net worth. You cannot begin to quantify the value of your network. Those people that saw me carrying a very big cake and thought it was my workplace. It was not a workplace. My workplace that gave me my cake on my birthday. It was a Toastmaster that I had just met in like less than 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Got me a very big cake on my birthday. So I cannot begin to share the numerous benefits that Toastmasters has actually done for me. So please, if you're here and you've been on that intending Toastmasters, please, it's time to remove that I from your name and join it. You can only begin to imagine the benefits. Oh, maybe you see the pictures that we share on the group, but that's just a tip of the iceberg. Because when you join Toastmasters, you now have access to that platform, the Toastmasters Pathway Program. Begin to learn, you begin to grow, you begin to play roles, begin to learn there are some even jobs for those of us that are career people value managerial skills. So in Toastmasters, you get the opportunity to lead people. And as you're leading people, you're not just acquiring skills, you are changing, you're becoming, and you're able to apply those things. Like Toastmaster Tony spoke about her marriage. She's applying their husband, even me to that CRC method. Commend, recommend, commend. Even my boss, she was like, this is what you're teaching your Toastmaster. There was a time we were preparing for our all hands meeting at work. And she was telling my colleague, you need to go and join this Toastmasters, because we were trying to get him to prepare for a segment he was going to take during the all hands meeting. So you will just see that in various aspects of your life, this being a Toastmaster is rubbing off on you. So with these very few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you that joining Toastmasters is a decision you do not need to procrastinate. Yes, you've been saying I will join. Please stop saying I will join. Go ahead and make that decision to finally join. If you want your life to skyrocket, if you want people that will help you grow, if you want to have access to people, Toastmasters Club is present in over 100 countries. So imagine you're in a meeting and you are speaking to people from different parts of the world. You don't know what that will do for your confidence, because you have experienced a form of diversity and inclusion. So you were able to speak to people in different parts of the world. You're able to understand at least some parts of their culture, which will help you, especially if you have that global vision. You're not a local, you don't want to be a local champion. You want to rule your world and rule it across board. So let me not take all the time so that other people can share their testimonies as well. And it's back to you, Madam VP. Thank you.
Thank you very, very kindly, Toastmaster Chidinma, for that detailed messaging for our intending Toastmasters. And I'm sure you've been able to convince someone today that joining Toastmasters will be one of the best decisions they would have made in this year. Now, I would like to call on our new Toastmaster Sharif. Despite being new, I know he has something to share. Toastmaster Sharif, would you like to also give your testimony?
Yeah, sure. I'll be pleased. I'll be pleased to. Good afternoon, fellow.
All righty.
Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes,
okay,
we can
great,
hear you.
great. Yeah, thank you so much. So, here's my story, right? In 2023, I was opportune to attend a Toastmasters event where I was blown off by how eloquent Toastmasters give their speeches. And I mean, before then, I had always wanted to join Toastmasters, but I just did not have that. I did not have that opportunity. Yeah, let me use the word opportunity, because I had so many things packed up for me. I could not create time, and also just that availability was a challenge for me. But I was opportunity to join Toastmasters in January 2024 this year. That's, I think, 3 months ago. And I mean, ever since I joined, it's been phenomenal for me. Phenomenal because I was received by my dear and kind Toastmasters who have really been supportive in my growth and development. Ever since I joined, I was assigned a mentor who has really been impactful in my growth. I mean, I see Toastmasters to be a place whereby the opportunities here are endless. You get to connect with people both within Nigeria and outside Nigeria. You get to connect with people even within Nigeria, but in different clubs. So there's an open door policy in Toastmasters. One thing I find really, really amazing is that when it's time for feedback, they give you honest feedback. I'm always excited about it because I get to see areas where I have loopholes, areas where I need to work on, because I know, and the funny thing is, even before they give me the feedback, right, when I'm giving my speeches, I get to even realize that, oh shit, I just made a mistake. I need to work on it. And then I'm called upon during the feedback session. I'm giving those feedback, and I sort of feel it's really helpful, because coming from, for me, right, I came from a place where I'd always had that, I always held myself back, right, from the spotlight, because I didn't know how to react to attention, people staring at me, right? I didn't know how to react to speaking, really, because I was always tensed back in the days. But my current position requires that I give speeches, I make presentations. So I had to take the bull by the horn. It was a challenge, right? But I knew that I had to do this, because this particular goal of mine is connected to so many other goals of mine. I have known this for a long time, but it's just, I don't know, maybe fear, like I had said earlier on. But I know that there are so many things I would have achieved if I had taken up that confidence, taken up that bold step to come out to speak, to come out to join the club, join the Toastmasters club. Because in here, you get, like I say, you get to be assigned a mentor, you have resources that you can pick up and read. There are different training sessions that you'll be available to, whereby you get to work on your speaking skills, you get to work on your leadership skills, you get to work on your grammar. So for me, I see this space to be a place whereby you can grow and develop yourself. We learn every day. Even the seasoned Toastmasters still have something to learn. And it just makes a whole lot of sense when you come onto this platform and you are sharing ideas with people who have been in the game for so long. These guys are experienced. You get to hear from them, and you get to put that in your own lifestyle. Like TM Oluwatoyin had said regarding her marriage, but I mean, that was a funny one though. But then, I mean, kudos, it's working. So kudos. So like it's you get to have that opportunity to pick one or two things at every session. And when I joined, right, I told myself at every meeting, because I had this objective, I need to work on my public speaking skills. I need to work on my confidence level when I'm speaking to people. When I say speaking, I don't mean speaking to maybe 5, 10, I mean speaking to a large number of people, like maybe 50, 60, or even 100, because I mean, we have so many, that's the amount of number of people I get to speak to at work when I'm called upon to speak. So you have that platform to speak. There are different rules in which you can actually take up to speak. There is the table topics rule, there is the timekeeper rule, there is the listening evaluator rule. There are so many rules you can actually take up, and you get to use all of this to work on yourself, right, to become a better person while speaking. Because it gets to, I can testify to the fact that when I joined, I was not so comfortable speaking, because I sort of had one or two fears. But the beautiful thing about it is, when I joined, everyone in the club made me feel at home. So it's sort of like a family, right? Like I said, it's an open door policy. You get to have people even reach out to you to ask you, how well are you faring? Have you settled in well? Do you have challenges? And I think at this point, I need to give a shout out to my mentor, who has really, really been helpful and supportive. And she's also the president, TM Elizabeth. And I also need to shout out to TM Chidima, who just spoke, because she has also been supportive in my growth right from when I joined in January. So shout outs to TM Elizabeth, my mentor, and shout outs to our star girl, TM Chidima. So I really want to encourage you all, like TM Chidima had said, I think now is the best time to take away the eye from the ITM and bring yourself into the game, because it might be a challenge, right? You might really find it really difficult, but if I can do it, then you can do it. Because I used to be good at procrastinating, but I have moved away from that, because I know how much I have lost by choosing to hold myself back and not take that step to work on this particular part of my life. Like I said, this is like a focal point for me. Working on my public speaking skills will help me in achieving so many other goals of mine. Like I had said, I knew this right from time, but I don't know, for some reason why I just held myself back. And that's a negative for me, right? I knew, but starting into the year, I told myself I need to take this bold step. It's really important that I take the bold step, because the best thing I can do for myself, right, is to work on my personal development. I am my greatest asset, and how I present myself to the public, how people see me, will speak to how much I can achieve and how far I can go in life. So I encourage you all to take that bold step now. And because we all joined this meeting because we have a goal in mind, which is to speak and speak eloquently, be it at work, be it at home, be it anywhere really. Perhaps you joined because you want to build your network, you are in the right place. So I encourage you all to take that bold step and join, because you are not going to regret it one bit. Thank you, and over to you, VP.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sheriff, for sharing. Indeed, it's been like 3 months plus of life-changing experience, and I'm really happy to hear that testimony. Do we have any other member who would like to share their testimony to inspire our intending Toastmasters here on the call? I'm open to getting a volunteer. We have another volunteer on the call.
Can I volunteer?
Oh, yes, our able president, ever smiling queen of smiles. Yeah, please do. In 2 minutes, thank you.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster Clem. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear and see you at the same time.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for joining this call. Thank you also for attending to this. So my testimony as a Toastmaster, I'll just make it brief, because like the people who have spoken have said almost everything. For me, there's one thing Toastmaster has done for me. I know I have the ability to convince people, to persuade people with my speech. But like some of you have put on the chat box, I'm one person that can be at the place. I have so much ideas to share, and all of a sudden I'll get to where I'm supposed to speak. It's gone. Voila. I can't say anything. You know that moment where you now go out, you're like, how did I miss this? How did I miss this? This was what I looked out for when I was looking for a club to join that would help me put my thoughts together and convene and help me put those thoughts to actions and make it work. And that was how I joined Toastmasters. Now, what Toastmasters has done for me since 2021 that I joined is that it has helped me in managing my time. It has helped me in time management. As a Toastmaster now, I plan my day. Do you know how you will not be able to use 24 hours? You're wondering what happened to the 24 hours. Convincingly, I use my 24 hours wisely and productively with the help of Toastmasters. I cannot underestimate the fact that I now see results of what I want to do. I do not just stay at the beginning of the year and make wishes to say this is what I plan to do. I write them down. Toastmasters help you to write down those things that you want to achieve. And you look through them and say, what have I achieved so far? Where am I? This is what Toastmasters does for us, and this is what it has done for me. This year, I had 3 plans or 3 new skills that I plan to learn. The first quarter of the year, I'd already registered for the first one. This second quarter, I have another plan, another skill which I want to learn. Because of the focus in Toastmaster, I've already started planning for that one. Would I want to talk about the network, which has become my net worth? I have become a global citizen, all because of Toastmasters. I have friends and families around the globe. This is another beautiful aspect of Toastmasters. And then when you look at Toastmasters as well, Toastmasters also help you in your life. For me, in my work now, my work is more organized and I get results. I try to challenge myself at work, all because of Toastmasters, because I know that I am a leader. I know that I have been made for this. Toastmasters actually has so many beautiful things. You might be wondering, why would I want to invest this money here? It's a lifetime achievement. Life itself is a school of learning. You can't stop learning. You only stop learning when you stop living. If you become a Toastmaster, you keep learning and you keep getting better. The way I would speak last year is not the way I am speaking today, all because I am a Toastmaster. If you're still wondering why you want to be a Toastmaster, join Toastmasters for this reason: how to manage your time and utilize your 24 hours, how to comport yourself in a way that your words would not be just spoken, but will be one that will be listened to and make impact to the people that you have spoken about this to. And not to forget, it will increase your network. So please make our time to be one of us and be part of this global family. I would not forget to tell you that we usually have fun as Toastmasters. Thank you, and it's back to you, Madam VPE. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly, Madam President. The queen of smile. Yes, I like the way you rounded it up. We usually have fun in Toastmasters. Trust me, there's usually fun moments. We have like social moments, and if you are one of the bubbly type, you're also in the right place, because aside from learning, there's also a balance. There's a community to support you all round. And at this point, I would like to hand over the virtual lantern to our Vice President Education. Thank you.
Madam VP, are you handing over to you?
Yes. The Vice President membership.
All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you very much for the heartwarming session you've just endured. Thank you very much, everyone who has spoken, who has given us one reason or the other to enjoy our presence as Toastmasters. And I can say, I really don't have to tell you why I joined Toastmasters. I really don't have to share my testimonies. I really don't have to tell you my experiences. I believe that they are very glaring. Some Toastmasters also mentioned how that I am enjoying Toastmasters right from where I am. I'm not in Lagos. I'm not in the center of commerce, but still, irrespective of the obstacles, I'm still able to do much more for myself through Toastmasters. So we all don't have any excuse or any reason to draw back or to keep procrastinating, because they say something that a stitch in time saves what? Is it 10? Saves 9. So there's so much more to say, but it all depends on you. It is all your decision to make. And that is why we have come together to share our testimonies, to share our experiences with you. I tell you, you're not taking that bold step and you're going to be like a baby. Now you're going to grow a giant. You're also going to be a mentor. You're going to be able to nurture other people.
You can imagine a vision that has lasted for years, that has outlived the founder. Over 100 years now. Toastmasters is 100 years. Now you can ask yourself, how come an institution has been able to last for 100 years? I think the reason is because of the impact it has had and is still having on us as humans, and that you will be the one to determine how much you want to enjoy that impact. Are you going to be a part of the global move? Are you going to be a part of the transformation? Are you going to be challenged and just drop it in the bin? Are you just going to take this challenge and walk away? If I were you, I am not going to walk away. I'm going to take this challenge and transform everything around me. Because being a Toastmaster, you're not just doing it for yourself. You are doing it for your family. You're doing it for your society, for your church, for your religious organization, for the small groups that you belong to. Fellow Toastmasters and our intending guests, I hope that in the next 1 year, when we'll be having another open house event, you would have removed the high from your intending Toastmasters. And now you have become a Toastmaster. And even for the Toastmasters that are in our midst, you have grown from where you are today and transformed into a better and much better version of yourself, that you will be proud of yourself. And other people will also see you as a point of example everywhere you find yourself. And that has brought us to the end of our open house session today. And I would really like to commend the presence of everyone who joined us early. This session started as early as 11 o'clock. So we had some network glitches. Some people joined as early as 11 o'clock. We had a network glitch which delayed the event till around 10 minutes past when we had the whole event started fully. Now, this is to say that I commend every one of us. We commend you. We commend your willingness to be a part of a great move. And your willingness will not just do it. You need to take that action. You need to take that broad step. You need to go the next step. You need to go the extra mile. What makes the extraordinary is because of the extra that is then put in the ordinary. So I would like to invite the president of LEARNTOR Toastmasters to give us a vote of thanks, and while we call it a day. Toastmaster Elizabeth Nwa.
Wow. Madam VPM, thank you so kindly for coordinating this session, and congratulations on this.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you so much.
Our intending Toastmasters, thank you for joining the call. Thank you for joining us on this call today to know more about Toastmasters. To all Toastmasters members here present, members of LEARNTOR and other clubs, thank you for making out time to be with us, to share your experience with our intending Toastmasters. I don't know, for our intending Toastmasters, did we enjoy the session? Please let me be certain that we have people who enjoyed this 90-minute bumper ride about Toastmasters International. Did we enjoy the session? Can I get responses, please? Either by reactions or, oh yes, thank you, Paul, for turning up, and thank you. Glad to know you enjoyed it. Is it only Paul that? Thank you for honoring our invitation. Did anyone else enjoy it? Oh, thank you, Kemi. Thank you. It was worth attending. Thank you. Thank you so kindly for attending. Thank you to everyone. Toastmaster Tony, thank you for sharing more about Toastmasters with us. Thank you. We are happy to know that you all enjoyed the session. We would have loved to stay more, to talk to you more about this club that is worth being in. But as time has taken us, we have to call it a day. Please, if you see that I'm moving up and down, permit me, I'm on transit, but I just needed to put on my camera so you're all seeing my face. We appreciate the fact that you are here with us to learn about Toastmasters. A wise man once said that the first step of achieving success is showing up. The fact that you have showed up here means that you have plans to be successful in your life. And one of the best ways to achieve that success is to be around people who are in the same or have the same mindset as you do. And that's one thing that Toastmasters does for us. Toastmasters help you to keep up with those goals that you want to achieve, just like you have heard every other Toastmaster here share. Want to encourage you to try to join our intending members platform, the Vice President membership. We'll get your contacts, and then we'll share information about our meetings with you. We meet every second Saturday. That's on Saturday, the 13th of April, is our meeting, our physical meeting at Ikeja, while on the third Sundays of every month, we meet online, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. That of the second Saturday is 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. You can feel free to join us. It's an open meeting where you come and experience what a Toastmasters meeting is all about. This is not the way our regular meeting is. This is just for you to come here and know about us. To have an organization be for 100 years is not a joke. It means it has trained a whole lot of leaders. If you look at John Maxwell's book, he speaks about Toastmasters. He tells people to join Toastmasters because he knows this is an organization that is well structured and can help transform your life. It can help change your person. So if you still have that goal of changing your communication skill, of improving your public speaking skill, even your writing skill, even your leadership skill, Toastmasters is the place to be. And I always like to add of also having fun, because as Toastmasters, we have fun when we mix it with what we are learning. So this is who we are. Thank you again for joining us. We're looking forward to having you come for our meeting on Saturday. Our conference, our district conference, is open to everyone. Be you a Toastmaster or not, it is open for everyone. It's going to be in Abuja. We have over 30 countries in West and Central Africa at this conference in Abuja. If you would like to join, please reach out to either Toastmasters or PME. In Abuja. It's in May. It's going to be for 5 days in Abuja. So we'd love to see you there. We also have our international speech contest, which is coming up on April 20th. That is for the division. We started with the club level speech contest. We have moved from the club to the area, and now we're going to the division. Toastmaster as a structure has different partition. Let me call it partition. The club, the area, the division. So whoever wins at the division level will go to the district in Abuja. From there, the person will be planning to go to America to represent us and contest. It will be good you come watch people who are speaking. We don't just speak. We speak to impact life. Come and watch us. If you can't be at the physical meeting, join us online. Watch us and learn how to be a better and prolific speaker. Again, thank you for making our time to be with us. We do not take your time for granted. It will be fun to have you join us and see you be with us. as a Toastmaster. We can't wait to have you join us and be part of this continuous learning. Thank you, everyone, and do have a wonderful afternoon. You can still stay back if you have questions that you want to ask or more clarifications that you would like to get. But aside from that, we want to say thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time with us here. We do not take it for granted. Thank you, and have a wonderful afternoon, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Madam President. This time, Chidi, we can cite you. Thank you very much for joining.
Toastmaster Tony, thank you so much.
Toastmaster Tony, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for making this a success. Yeah, we all had issues, glitches, but thank God this is done.
Toastmaster Elias, thank you for joining. Thank you.
Yes, Toastmaster Elias. Thanks, Mr. Isaac.
Toastmaster Isaac, is it still on the call? Thank you, Toastmaster Isaac, for joining. DTM TD, my Odogo wine at Toastmaster. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Madam President.
Toastmaster Sharif, Toastmaster Clementina.
Toastmaster Sharif.
The only dean in Toastmaster is Toastmaster Sharif. Thanks for joining. The only dean.
Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Sharif, thank
you.
Thank you.
I like this Barbie profile.
Hi, dear Rita. Welcome.
Toastmaster Chidima, thanks so much for always being there to stand in for the support.
Yeah, welcome. Well done to you too.
Yes, thank you. Oluwole, thank you for joining. Verofosu. Sorry, that name I cannot really pronounce. Can teach me how to pronounce that name, Vero. My phone number is on the chat. Please do well to chat me if you have questions. Please, we are looking forward to welcoming you into the club soon. I mean, yes. All right. Have a fantastic afternoon.